Doom: The Dark Ages is shaping up to be a worthy successor to 2020's Doom Eternal, a game that is often considered one of the best first-person shooters ever made. With ID Software offering an extended look at this new Doom during Xbox's recent Developer_Direct, there's more reason than ever before to be excited about this fresh medieval twist on the modern Doom formula. It's no secret that Doom has reinvented itself over the years, whether it be through the slower, more atmospheric action-adventure of Doom 3 or the run-and-gun, white-knuckle gameplay of the 2016 Doom reboot. And Doom: The Dark Ages is no different in this regard. Set before the events of Doom 2016, The Dark Ages follows an early invasion of demons, and the state of the world, alongside the player's suite of unique weaponry, mirrors this stark change in setting. The science fantasy medieval flavor of its premise means a more brutal and distinct spate of tools at the player's disposal, but the world state also seems to indicate that the Doom Slayer will be fighting alongside an army of human soldiers, suggesting a radical departure from the one-man versus the world elevator pitch of previous entries in the series. Whether this will impact gameplay is unclear, but it is certainly something to note. The Doom Slayer, in all his incarnations, never exactly needs help. His loosely defined persona is characterized by his power as a two-legged killing machine, built and bred for no other purpose than to rain death and terror upon the demonic scourge. This is why most Doom games, especially the last two, don't feature allies fighting alongside him, as it would seem almost ridiculous for such an inhumanly powerful entity, who has no real match in the realm of humanity, to be aided by mere mortals. They would be more likely to slow him down than anything else. And one might expect this to be the case with the human allies shown in Doom: The Dark Ages promotional footage. The game may be similar to something like Warhammer 40,000. Space Marine 2 in this way, the unstoppable Space Marines are lauded and praised by their human allies, who effectively worship them as they attempt, however feebly, to help drive back the alien forces. This buttresses the feeling of superhuman power that is so central to the Space Marine experience, as it is to the Doom experience. There's also a lot of promise on the narrative front. The Doom Slayer having more allies to interact with and being backed by an entire army could help better communicate his motivations. These allies could firmly represent the humanity that the Doom Slayer is attempting to save from destruction. Plus, there's something to be said about the grand scale of these quasi-medieval battles, which could be best conveyed by having two armies, one human and one demonic, going toe-to-toe with each other, rather than just having one man fighting alone. As previously mentioned, no human ally, regardless of talent or even physical augmentation, is likely to hold a candle to the Doom Slayer in terms of raw power. As long as Doom: The Dark Ages is cognizant of this and doesn't, for instance, orchestrate situations where the player is rescued by these allied troops, then all should be well. If something like this were to occur in the game, then it could undermine the brutal power fantasy that is inherent to the Doom franchise.